Hey everybody, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast. And tonight I am doing a video for my top 25 comic book covers. It's really tough when I've got so many books and I didn't go through all of them. But a lot of these were ones that just kind of stuck out to me when I first thought about this. I saw this list over on my friend Stevie B Comics. Go check him out. I'll have a link below if I remember, and if I don't be mad at me, Stevie. I just forgot. But I'm gonna try to have a link below for him. This is not the top 25 valuable comics in my collection. This is just covers. And actually, then I thought, gosh, I got so many. So I took out my graded books. These are just raw. So these are not graded books. These are my non-graded books. So let's go. And I will say this, I have a stack of about 50 more books over there that I was trying to whittle this down to. It is so difficult. There's been many books I've bought for cover alone. Many books. But anyway, 3 honorable mentions. And again, I could have had 20 more that's just sitting over there easily just for honorable mention. And I will give you guys some reasons behind my choices on some of these. Like honorable mention, the Toxic Avenger, #1. Back in the day, I really liked the Toxic Avenger. Kind of a ridiculous character, but I just thought the movies were awesome. And then when I saw this comic not long ago, I was like, you know what? I better get that. I better get that. So I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Another one that falls in the category of totally ridiculous. I remember seeing this at a Comic-Con a few years ago, because that's the last time I went to one was a few years ago. It was in the dollar bin, and I was just like, what is this? I'd never heard of it before. The Hulk versus Quasimodo. I mean, it's ridiculous. I had to have it, and I love this book. It is awesome. You know, I'm sure it's a dollar bin book, I'm sure, but to me, it is freaking crazy. I love it. And one more, Gabriel Delato. There's a bunch of Delato books. He had a little run in this Moon Knight, and I picked this one out of that group. Moon Knight with the Punisher. I just think that's an awesome cover. And like I say, he had a little run through this series of just amazing covers. And I believe this is where I really started saying, Gabriel Delato, man, that's a great artist. And to be honest, I didn't know if it was male or female. It was like Gabriel. So I was like, is that male or female? Doesn't matter. Awesome artwork. Okay, and I've got a list over here so I kind of remember artists and where I'm at on my list. So if you see me do this a lot, you'll know why. Start off with number 25. We have Secret Wars number 2 with this Gwenpool variant cover done by Chris Bashala, which if I mispronounce his name, I'm sorry. But this came out a few months before her actual first appearance in Howard the Duck. I think it's a really cool character, and I really like this cover. I just think it's kind of a fun cover. And until you see, there's some feet face down over here. I don't know why I love this cover, but I do. I think it's an awesome cover. Next, this is a kind of a 3-for-1 deal because I bought them in a variant lot from somewhere. I don't remember which place I bought them from, but it's Tales from the Dark Multiverse. This is, what's his name? Art Germ. By Art Germ. The reason I say 3 for the price of 1, because this is the main cover, and then it had the individual variant covers, and they are amazing. Art Germ, there for a while, was like every time you turned around, every week there was 5 different Art Germ covers coming out, or more. But I remember when I saw these two, I was like, gosh, they're good. These Virgin variants, to me, maybe his best work for me. I absolutely love that artwork on those. And not to mention, huge fan of Teen Titans Go. So those covers to me just stood out, and I love those. Next, number 23. I love this one because this is the first time I really noticed this. You know, maybe way back, but when I got back into comics in 2012, I think 2013, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe 2011. But I remember when I saw this cover, I was like, man, that is awesome. Adventures of Superman number 14. They got this awesome Joker Superman cover. You don't see Joker in Metropolis very often. So when I saw this cover, I was like, oh yeah. And then I started kind of going after some other covers where where you got Superman, Supergirl has one. I think there's other characters where they pull and they showing the Superman logo underneath. So this right here kind of set off a little trend for me looking for stuff. And I think I got maybe like 5 or 6 covers like that. So love that one. Love that one. Where are we at? Oh, and by the way, this was done by Jock, which you can really tell from up here. If you look at Detective 880, and you can really see that Jock Joker face right there. Forgot to mention that. Next, we're at 22. This one was actually a late addition to the list because I was still going through stuff, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that book. Silver Surfer, again, number 14. Back-to-back number 14s. Silver Surfer meets Spider-Man. Great crossover. I think this might be the last issue of this run. I might be wrong on that. I'm probably wrong on that. But this was done by John Buscema. I think Buscema. Either way, but I found this at, of all places, this bookstore. Not a comic book store, but a bookstore. And they had a bunch of books. This one is low grade. It's got like a little tear right here. It's beat up on the spine. It might just barely be hanging on. But that cover is absolutely amazing. So that is definitely in the list. Number 21. Just because. Black Widow number 1. The variant with Scarlett Johansson. I don't know who took the picture. I should have had the person that took the picture on there. Now I feel bad about that. But I remember when she was first in Iron Man, I think it was Iron Man 2, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be mistaken on that. But the character really stood out for me. And now she is Black Widow. Even though they're coming out with a different Black Widow, Scarlett will always be the Black Widow for me. Kind of like Linda Carter going way back to the 1970s as Wonder Woman. So there we go. Awesome cover. Next, number 20. Orphan Black, number 1. This is the sub variant. No, this is actually just cover A. This is cover A. Done by Kat Staggs. I've gotten to meet her a couple of times in San Diego. Really awesome person. Does amazing artwork. I absolutely love Orphan Black. I remember seeing Orphan Black figures, pop vinyls, and I was like, what is that? I first heard Orphan Black and I thought Japanese anime or something. I had no idea what it was. And then I started watching the series, and Tatiana Maslany, who will be She-Hulk coming up soon. Absolutely awesome. The series is great. I had to get this book, and it is really tough to find. I'm stunned at how hard it is to find the A cover. Just the plain A cover. It is so hard. But very happy to have that one in the collection. And the artwork on there. I'm trying to remember if I saw this first or Cat Stags or something else. So I feel like it was something else. Might have been Crosswind was the first thing I saw of Cat Stags, and then this not too long after that. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Number 19. Number 19. Uh, Frank Miller. Need I say more? It's not the Dark Knight. My favorite Daredevil cover. Remember when I first found this? It was in a cheap bin long time ago, and I just thought, man, this cover is phenomenal. And it to this day, when I see it, I just think, oh my gosh, this is great. I love this cover. Daredevil number, tip the glasses, 183. Absolutely amazing artwork. I actually picked this one in here over the Death of Elektra, even though I love that cover too. But this one just stands out to me. I actually don't have Elektra, the first appearance, or what's that other character? Bullseye. I don't have those first appearances, but this one right here, I think I would take this one over those two. Absolutely love this cover. Such to me, that's a very epic cover. I just love it. Next number, where are we at? Number 18. Wow, this is going to be a long list now that I'm looking at it. Some people think this is kind of a blah cover. I love it. Michael Turner, Batman #1 from Rebirth. This amazing sketch cover. Absolutely love this cover. I'm kind of a sucker for a good sketch cover to begin with, but this to me, it's phenomenal. I mean, I can't say anything else about it. It's Michael Turner. We lost him way too early, and there's so much more stuff that he could have done, but unfortunately, he's passed. What a downer. Man, this went south quick. But anyway, awesome cover. Absolutely love that cover. Next, another great artist, number 17, Mike Zeck. Maybe the best signature out there. Such a great signature. And I went with another Secret Wars cover, Secret Wars number 10. I love this cover. I guess it's Marvel Zombies or just this amazing Doctor Doom cover. Absolutely love this. I remember seeing when I was in San Diego, not San Diego, I was in at Heroes Con in Charlotte a couple years ago. I was at his table and I remember seeing this and I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that book. He had prints, he had a big print of it. And I was like, man, I forgot about that book. How great that cover is. Everybody goes to number 8, that SpiderMan cover, but for me, this one right here just stands out. Mike Zeck. To me, I'm not gonna say at his very best, but at his absolutely amazing. Love, love, love that cover. Next, number 16, JSA Classified. Just picked this up in the past couple weeks. Adam Hughes. I'd been looking for it for quite some time. Finally picked it up. So that had to go straight in that top 25. Amazing cover. Power Girl, who is, to me, is a great character. And a lot of people just kind of like, well, it's just a female this or female that. I think it's a great character. So, and a lot of people think, oh, it's just about her body. No, it's so cool. I mean, just kind of chilling, flying, what, 10,000 feet? Because there's an airplane below her down there. Just kind of chilling, just kind of relaxing in the clouds. Great cover. Great cover. Next, oh gosh, this is such a great cover too. Number 15. Number 15. Iron Man. Number 128. Demon in a Bottle. This is one I specifically look for when I hit a couple of conventions. And I found it's not 9.8. It's not 6.0, I don't think. But great cover, Bob Layton cover, absolutely phenomenal. At least I'm pretty sure it's Bob Layton cover. Fairly certain it's Bob Layton cover. I just think this right here was so good, and it really to me was say, hey, if you drink a lot, you got them demons. You got those demons. Let's see what's going on behind the demons. Let's see if we can't bring them out and help you move forward with things. But awesome, awesome cover. Neil Adams is making an appearance at where's Neil at? Number 14. This one should probably be a little bit higher because one, it's an iconic cover, and two, I really like this cover. I don't know why I have it here, but I do. Superman number 233. Just an epic cover. I actually have an old record, for those who know what records are, and there's the cover, the slip cover has a picture artwork very similar to this, and I assume that he did that also, that Neil Adams also did that, but I don't know for sure. But it looks very much like this. Not exactly, but very much like this. And to me, epic cover, very classic, and I just think, wow. Just wow. All right, number 10. Are we at number 10? No, we're not even close to number 10. We're at number 14. Oh my gosh. Number 13. Number 13. Number 13. Amazing Spider-Man. There's so many great you can pick from Spider-Man. So many. I love this cover. This Doc Ock cover, number 55. This is one of those covers that I remember seeing it at our local shop back when I had one. Gosh, it's been 5 years ago. And I just love this cover. I've got to get that. And I kind of saved up, and I was like, I think we're asking a little much for it. But I'm so happy that I have this one. Great cover by John Romita Sr., as we call him, John Romita. Junior is Junior. Senior is just John Romita. Great cover. I've always just thought this was such an amazing cover. So good. So good. Next, number 12. This was a hard one. This was a hard one because I knew I wanted a Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer, to me, are two characters. They just don't have bad covers. They just don't. I just think they're all so good. And I have the first appearance. I was like, it's similar to this one, but it's not the one I wanted. So I went with Ghost Rider number 1. I love this cover. I just think this cover is a little bit better than his first appearance. Was it Marvel Spotlight 5? But this right here, I love this cover. I think it is so good. And this one is actually one that's going to be sent off to get graded very soon. I've been saying that for 5 months now about sending books off, and I don't know why I keep waiting, but this is definitely going in my next. It's not a 9.8. It's maybe a 5 if I'm lucky. But awesome, awesome cover. Man, that is so good. By the way, who did this? Gil Kane. Gil Kane artwork. Gil Kane artwork. I've always liked this one. I had the card back in the day and said Foom. Foom number 17. Number 17. I just thought this has always been just this cool Stan Lee cover with, you see so many little shout outs to so many different characters in the Marvel universe. Was this Doug Mankey cover? Is that who did this one? No. Arnold Sawyer. Mankey is later. But I just think this is awesome. This is one that's also going to get sent away to get graded, if they even grade these, which I think they do. So that is going to be sent away. Again, not a 9.8, just a cool cover. Let's see. Batman, The Man Who Laughs, number 10. We finally got to the top 10. And this one is Doug Mankey. This was Doug Mankey. I had to have a Joker cover in there. Well, a second Joker cover in there. Shout out to my good friend Joker68. You can find him on Instagram, Joker68 Batman. Absolutely awesome guy. If you don't know, go find him on Instagram. Awesome, awesome guy. And I love this cover. Remember I bought this in Richmond at a convention. And I still love this cover. So good. There we go. Awesome cover. Where are we at? Number 9. To be honest, I don't even know the name of this. Is this just Deceased? Okay, this is Deceased. Okay. I didn't think it was Deceased. There we go. Deceased. I love this Joker Harley cover. So good. Dan Quintana cover. Oh, love this cover. It has kind of a look of just old school painting, and that to me just pops off just off the page. Love it. Off the cover, excuse me. Love this cover. Absolutely amazing. Man. That one's getting graded too. It's not going to have any really much value, but to me, awesome. Where are we at? Number 8. Number 8. Yeah, this one actually should have been higher too. XMen number 50. That is so awesome. Is that Pulsar? That's not her name. Is it Pulsar? Anyway, Steranko cover. I remember when I saw this, one of my friends, I bought for him, Ricky, shout out, buddy. I bought this from him, and I remember seeing this, like, gosh, that is so awesome. Absolutely love this cover. I know it's her second appearance, and I believe Pulsar. What? I feel like I might be wrong. Let me know if I'm right or wrong on this one, because as soon as I get off here, I'm going to look and see if that's right. Because in my mind, I'm thinking for some reason, I'm thinking that. I'm pretty sure that's not right. But anyway, absolutely amazing cover. I mean, Steranko from way back in the day. That's another one's going to be great. It'll probably come out about 3, 4, something like that. Now, there's a couple books coming up right here that you guys will be like, hold on. You put these books ahead of these other ones. These are not just cover. The next 3, well, the next 2 in particular are really cover and story also. Some of these, I mean, don't get me wrong and say these other ones don't have great stories. I love these 2 stories. This is Rose number 11. The Loopy Dave cover. I like saying Loopy Dave. And I just thought this cover was amazing. It's one of these covers, this one and another one coming up soon, that to me is some of the best covers. And I know a lot of people will say it's not old school artwork. It's probably, I assume it's CGI, computer stuff. But I love this cover. The character was great. The story was phenomenal. It's just, it's everything that a comic book should be. And the artwork on this. I know when you look inside, the artwork is not the same because interior is not the same. Because this is a variant cover also. But one of the best. One of the best. Absolutely love that cover. The Loopy Dave cover. I think Loopy Dave had, I don't know, it was about 3, 4, 5 covers, the variants in here. To me, phenomenal artwork. Phenomenal. This one, again, the story in there, along with the artwork, we're at number, Rose was number 7. Number 6, Super Zero. I have mentioned this on my podcast. I've mentioned this story on this comic book series on other people's channels. I love this story. They need more of it. It is Super Zero. This is issue 2. I felt like it ended on a cliffhanger. I talked to the people at Aftershock, and they're saying they don't think it's going to go forward anymore. And it ended what 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more. And it is such a great series. I talked to Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, and they were saying they would really like to go more with this, but Aftershock, I don't know, I don't know money, I don't know the business of the situation, but to me, such a great story. And this issue was absolutely hilarious because this character, everything she tries to do, Drew's her name, everything she tries to do, it just fails miserably and hilariously, where she's just trying to become a superhero and she just keeps becoming a super zero. But awesome, awesome story. Great artwork on that cover. Amanda Connor cover, absolutely phenomenal. And shockingly, it wasn't a Harley Quinn. Even though me and one of my friends, we jokingly said, how cool would it be that if Drew, when she gets older, she actually turns into Harley Quinn? I thought that would have been an awesome crossover right there. Almost like this is the young Harley Quinn trying to be a superhero, and she ends up going to being a super villain. Like, how cool would that be? Cool to me. Maybe not to you, but to me. Next, we're at number 5. Number 5. Love the character. Zenoscope does some awesome things with characters, with fairy tales, and kind of twisting things around. But this is one of my favorite characters, Robin Hood. This came from a Kickstarter where I got a statue with it, and this comic came with it, and I absolutely love this cover. The character is phenomenal. There's actually a mini movie, it's like 12 minutes or something like that, on YouTube of Robin Hood. That's ROBYNHOOD, Robin Hood. Phenomenal. Look it up. It's from the Robin Hood I Love New York. So it's really cool. Really cool. If you get a chance, check that out. Great. Let's see. Did I don't even know who did the cover on that? I think Mike Chrome, but I might be wrong on that because it says inside this, Mike, there's multiple variants from this Kickstarter, and Mike Chrome was a few of them. And I think that's the one of the ones that Mike Chrome did. Next, the Crow Lathe, Mika Sayon. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Here we go. Number 4 on my list. Everybody knows I love The Crow. The first movie, Brandon Lee, was absolutely amazing. And Brandon was definitely going to be a star after that. I mean, I just can't imagine him just being a star. I'm even thinking superstar after that. And this cover is phenomenal. It's raining in the background. It's raining on him. He's got the crow on his shoulder. Absolutely amazing. Remember when I saw this, I was like, I've got to get that. Such an amazing cover. This is one of the variants. I don't remember which variant it is, but so good. So good. Brandon. Oh, man. This one right here. You know what? I'm moving this one up one. Number 3, one of the things that started off a legacy. I mean, a legend now. It started off as this kind of little thing, almost to sell action figures, and became this hit that I don't think anyone was expecting. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I feel like everyone thought it was, well, when they first did it, that it was going to be a one and done, maybe have a few issues, but it has become part of American culture. And this is not the first print. Don't jump out of your seats. This is the third print. I think third print. Yeah, third print. But I love it. and the Turtles. You know, we had some good movies. We had some movies. We had some great stories. We had some stories. But I just think this is such a part of American culture now. And I think the cover's phenomenal. Whenever I see it, I get happy. It makes me happy to see that cover, to see these characters. Back in the day, it was in black and white. It was before they started doing color. It's before they all had their own different color masks on. So for me, definitely number three. I did have it at two, but I kept looking at this other one. Was like, I just love that cover. I just love it. There we go. Number two. This is one. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, Kevin Eastman. You know Kevin Eastman. I think everybody watching will know that's Kevin Eastman. Number two, and the reason I love this cover, to me, it just stands out. It to me, it tells a story. You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, I think you can almost come up with this amazing story just with this cover. And it just stands out to me. It is by Alex Garner. It is Batgirl number 26 from the New 52. I love this cover. I met Alex Garner in San Diego and I bought a print of this. I wish I had had one of these with me. I would have got it autographed because I love this. It's hard to put any book in front of this one, but the next one is my all-time favorite cover. All time. Forever and all time. But, I mean, it's like this character is, oh gosh, I love this cover. I'm hoping I can find one in high grade, and hopefully, whenever I can get back to San Diego, hopefully coming up in the summer of 2022, I can meet Alex Garner and get one of these autographed and slabbed, because to me, this cover right here just pops out for me. It's really my favorite. If it wasn't for this next cover, this would be a clear number one for me. And it was number one for quite some time, even though I did have the other one, but it's a battle back and forth. All said and done, this one's going to be second every single time, but still, love this cover. It's probably find it in dollar bins, $5 bins, something like that, but love that Alex Garner cover. Is that the only Garner cover I have on here? Yes, it is. But the last one, number one on my list, those who know me will know that this book has been my favorite for a long time. And no, it is not Harley Quinn, which is somewhat of a shocker for some people that know me. But this book right here, I went to a show in Richmond and I was like, this book was on my list. And I was like, gosh, I went through the whole thing. I didn't see it anywhere. And one of my friends was with me. Chris Garby, what's up, Garby? He said, oh, you're looking for that book, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, there's a table right over here that has one. Go check it out. I go over there and check it out. And he's asking a certain price for it. And I was like, that's a little bit more than I want to pay. And I was like, this is the most I can pay on. He's like, we're a little ways apart here. What about, and I was like, I'm sorry, this is the best I can do. And I was like, you know what, but I appreciate, if nothing else, I got to hold this book. So I started walking away. He's like, you know what, I'll take that for it. And I was like, cool. I was very surprised, but it is Superman versus Muhammad Ali. Those who know me, you knew that this was probably going to be number one. I absolutely love this cover. The book, you can read the book too, and the book is awesome also, but the cover is incredible. You have all these characters here in the audience, the crowd here. Most of them, not all, but most of them are celebrities or politicians. Yeah, like Batman right here. I think Lex Luthor is right here. You got Jimmy Carter over here. And I think this is Sonny Bono of all people, right down in front of Batman. Like, how did Sonny Bono get in front of Batman? I mean, really. But there's so many. If you just look around, and they actually have a sheet on the inside that tells you who all the celebrities are in the audience, which is doubly cool to do that for that many different people. Super amazing. And for me, number one, Superman versus Muhammad Ali. And I wish they graded Treasury editions, because this one would have been graded a long time ago. It's a fairly high grade. I would say probably a 7+, which on Treasuries is really hard. So I would say a good 7+ on this book. And it's just, it makes me happy. Whenever I see this cover, it makes me happy. So that's number one on my list. Again, shout out to Stevie B Comics for having his video. Again, check his out if you get a chance. Absolutely awesome. That's all I got. I know this video was way too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I keep looking. I'm sorry. I got to stop looking at that book. But keep coming back to my channel. So many more things coming out. I might even do a top 25 of my graded comics. I may do that soon as well. But that's all I got. And you guys have an incredible day.